Francophone, 2 fois président, passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux, des jeunes.
Hi. Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of La Republique du Cameroun, and the beautiful people of British Cameroon. When I criticize the system, they think I criticize them. Of course, because they fully accept the system and identify themselves with the system. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been attacked. People don't understand sometimes when I come to give a party political broadcast. In a democracy, there is a government, and in order for that democracy or the government to be functional, you need a functional opposition. And British Cameroon National Party is that opposition. Sometimes I'm surprised that when I come to speak and say we live in a country for over 60 years, there have been a dysfunctional government from Aijo to Mr. Bia, and we see all those things. But instead of people to come and challenge what I'm saying, they think I'm talking to them. I don't do politics of personality cause. I don't do politics of personality cult. So when I'm criticizing a system, some of you think that I'm criticizing you. It is a system. Because you identify yourself and accept that system, that's why you don't want to let go. A system of corruption, embezzlement, Can Gate, Olembe Gate, you name the rest, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to come and talk about an act of union. I've talked about on referendum and constitution that it cannot bring two countries together. I talked about in my last broadcast that a plebiscite or a referendum is advisory. It's just a recommendation. It cannot bring two countries together. It's a fact. Ask any legal expert in the world. I also talk about a constitution cannot bring two countries together. A constitution, they are just principles and rules to govern a country. So, when I sit here, I speak as the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Our party, the only party of law and order in the Cameroons. We know what we are talking. You will see no party in the Cameroons. They will never come and point things as they are and challenge things and give alternative and put themselves in a position like a government in waiting. We, British Cameroon National Party, we are ready to take back control, to bring that equal status. Two countries that came together, La Republique du Cameroun and British Cameroon. And our aim, our motto is to make sure that English institution is in British Cameroon and our ethnocultural democracy, while La République du Cameroun have French institution with their ethnocultural democracy. That's our party. That's our stand. We have never changed and we will never change. And we hope this will come to fruition very soon. When we live in a country, you ask the CNU, CPDM, you ask them that what is their economic policy since 1961? They don't have it. What is their educational policy? They don't have it. Health policy? They don't have it. Justice policy? They don't have it. Police policy? They don't have it. Transport? They don't have it. Taxation? France controls us. Housing? France CFA? Interest rate? They don't know anything. And the crux of this matter is that they have destroyed the union. The Act of Union was a treaty signed between Scotland and England. The Act of Union created United Kingdom. And the name of the country was supposed to be Great Britain. So since 300 years ago, England have never changed the name of Scotland. But they have changed our name. How many times? Because they don't want us to exist. Southern Cameroon, West Cameroon, United Republic of Cameroon, Federal Republic of Cameroon, and they went back to their name, the name that they had. 1st January 1960, La République du Cameroun. My problem is, where is British Cameroon? La République du Cameroun is still existing. Where is British Cameroon? I want to know. I'm not afraid. La République have integrated us, as Mr. Biya say, assimilated us. But it's an annexation. We of British Cameroons, we were never conquered. You cannot conquer us, delete our institution, delete our name, and delete everything. We are not existing. That's what is happening. And when we of British Cameroon National Party, a party of law and order, it is our position that the union is illegal. And I have to tell you why the union is illegal. This is how two countries came together. Scotland and England. Two independent nations, kingdoms. They started talking about coming together. The Act of Union was ratified and approved by these two countries before they came together. England did not force its constitution on Scotland and vice versa. They started talking about coming together in February, March 1689. Scotland and England, they started talking about. They said, okay, the politicians in Edinburgh, that's the capital of Scotland, and London, they started talking. They said, okay, what is the advantage? Why should we come together? They say we have the same language. They have the same landmass. They are Protestant, the same religion. Then Scotland believe that if they join England, they can get into their colonial markets because Britain had the empire too. So they look at those advantages rather. Then they enter a negotiation. They appointed a commissioner in a convention who was supposed to talk about this negotiation. So some people will say, oh, United Nations say A, B, C. Take note, United Nations had no right to come and do what they did in that African soil. But we are where we are. But after United Nations left on the 30th of September, we were on our own. That's not 30th of September, yes. They left. So we were on our own, British Cameroon, 30th of September. Mark it. There was no La République in British Cameroon on 30th of September. That is the day we were free. The only day we were free until we were annexed on the 1st of October. We were free on the 30th. Britain left British Cameroons on the 30th of September. The following day, we were annexed. That's a historical fact, not a legal fact. So, the Act of Union, I was saying, between Scotland and England, they started negotiating. Look at what they have in common. Okay, why do we want to come together? Okay, we want access to your English colonial market. That's what Scotland wants, to trade. The Scotland look at all those things. But there's one thing that's important. When they ratify the Act of Union, the Scottish Parliament, they sat there, they discussed it, they agreed. English Parliament, they talk about it, they agreed. Then they came together now. Then they signed what we call the Act of Union. That is what brought them together. La Republique du Cameroun and British Cameroon, what brought us together? What? Referendum cannot bring people together. Constitution cannot bring people together. It's only a treaty. And where there is no treaty, the union is illegal. It's a fact. It's a legal fact. Nobody can argue this. Where there is no union treaty, the union is illegal. Yes, we voted through a plebiscite. Huh? We voted, fine. But after that, there have to be negotiations. There was no negotiations. There was annexation. That's what happened. No negotiation. Even the federal constitution, whether you draft a constitution, as I say, is to the principle to govern a country. It's not a treaty that binds us together. A treaty brings people together. Scotland signed a treaty 300 years ago with England. They have never changed their name. Scotland is still Scotland. Scotland still have a right to say, I don't want to be here. Scotland, some people say they don't want to be in the union. And they gave them a referendum in 2014, 2014. That's 10 years ago now. So you see, and as I say, even if you want a referendum, you don't sit on social media and say you want to have a referendum. You do politics. I always say politics is alternative to war. You do politics. And how do you do politics? You make sure you have a political party, you stand for local election, you start taking parliamentary seats and local seats. The referendum will come one day when the people give you that mandate. I've made this clear time and again. Politics is alternative to war. I was the first person who started criticizing this war. First person. The videos are there. I was the first person who started talking about people committing war crime. The videos are there. You can still watch it. The first person in the whole Republique du Cameroun and British Cameroun. I was the first person. The videos are there. When I talk, people don't listen. And I often say, those who follow the crowd do not go further than the crowd. Because you're the majority doesn't mean you're right. Or everybody is following this group. I don't follow groups. If you look at leaders all over the world, Jesus had just 12 apostles. Most people who lead, they don't have a lot of followers. It's after they start doing what they are doing, like what we have been planting, working hard for more than 30-something years, fighting for our rights in the Cameroon peacefully. Then it has become popular now. Then it has been hijacked. That's how it happens. We planted. We work hard. Went to various villages in the Cameroon, sensitizing people. Made people like Pa Muna Ngembo, Pa Foncha, Mr. Ndanga, Barisa, Ekonta Elat, Pa Ndangam. We work hard for years. And when what we planted, the fruit is coming. Instead of us to create a political party and fight peacefully to have equal status, people always hijacked it. So to me, to the most part, more than 80% of Anglophone problem is Anglophone themselves. Because people always want to harvest where they did not plant. When we started our protest in London, because university students and teachers and lawyers, they were malhandled, beaten. Lawyers, we saw them, they pulled them, sang along, they pulled them in the streets of Cameroon. About 10 of us, we started protesting in La Republique embassy in London. It was our protest, it was our fight. But as it becomes popular, people hijack it and took it to another direction. We are where we are today because Anglophones, some of them, they only like to chop. They don't like to work hard. When people work hard for something, it grows, they destroy it. Because I will say, this international protest that we started, you destroy it. Our aim have always been non-violence for more than 35 years today. And it's easy to sit on social media and talk out for and encourage people to kill each other. I will never forget when 11 Bakore chiefs, they were abducted. Mola Banda was killed. We will never forget that. We will never forget. Mola Ndile killed. Mola Etabi assassinated in Bamenda. Sakwe, his head was chopped in Guzang. People were clapping. We will never forget. Florence Ayafo. We will never forget. I was condemning it. But people look at me as a fool. I was the first person to be called a blackleg. It's me. The first person. And I promise you, we will never forget. Mola Menyoli, you kill. All those people, we will never forget. People think you kill people's family, then it ends like that. No, it will not end. We have all the names. People can come and pretend now and changing their languages, the way they talk. Don't change. We have all the videos. People should not stand and laugh at any person. I don't laugh at any person. My aim, we made it clear, we are a political party. If you want change, create a political party and get the mandate. That's what we do. I agree to me, to my mind, I always tell you this. The union is illegal. If you join somebody, you don't sign a treaty, it is illegal. I'm not the one saying it. I'm not the one saying it. A person who goes and get married and sign a marriage certificate is different with somebody who is staying with a woman without a marriage certificate. It's not the same thing. So we should not pretend. We can delay this as much as we want. We will have equal status. You cannot be translating Enam to Nasra. The essence of governing a country is for people's culture to be respected. It is alleged that there are about 250 ethnicities in the Cameroons. So why do we think all of us must have the same culture? All of us must speak English and French. It doesn't happen anywhere on earth, only in the Cameroons. I would have loved to be speaking my native language first, my mother tongue, than English or French. But we live in a society where we have indigenous colonization. They call it choke eyes, bounty. The Caucasians, they left and they put, as they call it, black people to continue their job. That is why we cannot industrialize our country. That is why all the products in CDC have to come to the West. All the products in cocoa, in Ivory Coast have to come to the West. It was an agreement. Africa will never develop until we remove these chalk eyes, this coconut, these people who are working for the West. Why is it that the contracts in the Cameroons about Glencoe, trader, I'm a trader, why can they not give it to me? Somebody from the Cameroon so that the money remains in Cameroon. They give it to the people who keep them in power. Savannah Energy, why can they not give the contract to me as a Cameroonian from the Cameroons? They give it to their friends in the West. Why? That is why we are poor. All the money goes out. In the Cameroons, we have experts, scientists who are from the Cameroons. They can deal with our diamond. They can deal with our gold. They can deal with our natural resources. They don't need to send it here. Why are we not doing it there? Because they pay this African president to make us to remain underdeveloped. How can you live in your own country? You don't have roads. You don't have pipe-borne water. You don't have electricity. If I tell you the time when the first electricity was in the UK, you will collapse. More than hundreds of years ago. Water, long ago. The government of La Republique is a destructive government. When I was growing up in Boya, we had water, electricity, power come, they don't do wonders. How can a government come and destroy your own country like that? And people just look at it. The people in power, when they are sick, because they cannot construct a good hospital, modern hospital, all of them, they come abroad for treatment. You are there in government to create good hospital for your people. Why are you there? You keep on saying that, oh, Cameroon is one and indivisible. United Kingdom is called United Kingdom. They still maintain the 4 countries. Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. They maintain them. United Kingdom. They maintain it. You keep on saying that we are a region. I'm not a region. I'm not a Southwesterner. I'm not a Northwesterner. Regions are geographical location for administrative unit. It's not a culture. When I see some of you, you say I'm Southwestern. How can you be a region? You're either backward or you're your country. You cannot be a region. The United Kingdom have 12 regions. 12 regions in the United Kingdom. But you still have Scotland, a tribe. England, a tribe. Wales, a tribe. Northern Ireland, a tribe. We have 10 regions. Why are we afraid? We are our ethnicity. We are not a region. What has region got to? Region is not a culture. The amount of lack of education in our system that have made us, we don't think anymore. I'm a Southwesterner. How can you be a Southwesterner? You're either Scottish, Irish, you're either Bakwe, Bayangi, Douala, Bulu. You cannot be a region. I don't know the type of education they gave us in that country. Britain have got 12 regions, but they still maintain their tribes, their nations. Scotland is one region. Northern Ireland is one region. Wales is one region. England have got 9 regions. England, Northwest, Southwest, East, Yorkshire, they have regions. So an Englishman cannot say I'm a Southwesterner. England too have Southwest, Northwest, they have it regions. But you people call yourself regions. I'm not a region. We have to re-educate some of you. Because what the Aijo Biya regime they have done, we don't reason anymore. We have lost our brains. Somebody will call himself region. They don't even know the meaning of region. When you draft a constitution, you draft a constitution based on the people's customs and tradition. You don't draft it based on region. We are not regions. They are administrative units. They have region all over the world. If you want to draft a constitution, you look at the constitution and look at all the ethnicities. You look at our inherited culture too. That's how you draft a constitution. We are not alike. Because we are in that geographical space. That slave plantation, Rio dos Cameroons, it doesn't mean we think alike. We have the same culture. No, constitution must focus in our differences. We are worst. The government, the Aijo Biya regime, they have destroyed us more than the colonialists. Because they are destroying our culture. We don't even learn our own indigenous languages in our schools. They are destroying us. We don't learn our own history. We don't learn Shaka Zulu. We don't learn Mandela. We don't learn Winnie Mandela. We don't learn anything about Africa. Or they teach us English history. Well affairs, Napoleon Bonaparte. What a country! You don't have your own history. British Cameroon National Party is here to stop that. Each ethnicity, it will be compulsory. They will start learning their languages in all schools in the Cameroons. English and French will be secondary languages. Maybe we'll use it internationally. But every document in the Cameroons will be translated in all the dialects. It is not rocket science. It is not rocket science. I come today to tell you that the union is illegal. No distraction. Nobody will distract British Cameroon National Party. Our focus is to bring equal status. People come and go, and we stay focused. We are not there in any gossip. Nobody will distract us. We are not interested in any election. All we want, La Republique du Cameroun, since you like France too much, keep on using your France CNA in La Republique du Cameroun. In the UK, Scotland have got its own money. England have got different money. They are the same country. It doesn't change anything. Scotland have got a different football team. England have got a different, they are the same country. It doesn't change anything. But in Cameroon, the Biya regime is destroying talent. When I was growing up, I was looking up to some people. I wanted to be like them. Some lawyers, some doctors, medical doctors, people in different fields. But Biya have destroyed all the talents. They should talk all about one person in the country. Mr. Biya, come on. Where are your talents? Where are your scientists? Where are your philosophers? We don't have them. Because Mr. Biya destroyed talent. The CPDM government destroyed talent. They look for people who are inferior, who don't know what they are doing, and put them in a position because they are hopeless, they are helpless, they need to be in that position, and they behave like beggars in their own countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop that. We have to start learning our own history. We have to start doing our own things. We must stop exporting our natural resources. We must stop. We must manufacture it there. And any person abroad who need our resources, you are an expert, you want to use something to make mobile phone, come and do it in the Cameroons and create a job. Those are the conditions we'll be putting. If you need any parts in our country, if you need our cocoa, Nescafe, come and do that Nescafe there and create jobs in the Cameroons. If you need our orange juice, whatever company outside in the Cameroons, come and do it there and create jobs. We are not going to be exporting our natural resources anymore. If you need it, come and make a plant, create a factory there and do it in the Cameroons, then you export it back to your country. That is the policy of British Cameroon National Party. It is very important that we understand. I don't come here and just speak like a novice. Before I start talking about all these things, I've sat back and look and give chance to so many political parties all over the year, but they don't do nothing. They are do-nothing opposition political party. All they come for the last 30 years, they only talk about politics of personality cult. We'll be open. We'll send our hands to you. If you want to be a leader in the Cameroons, come and let's debate. Gone are those days of politics of personality cult. You will see people, since the last 30 years, I'm a leader of this party, but he cannot debate with somebody. He doesn't know what to talk with France CFA. He doesn't know what is interest rate. He doesn't know what is monetary policy. He doesn't know what's GDP. And you say you're a leader of a political party. That's not how you run a country. You must be transparent. You must talk to the people. You must answer questions from the people every day. That's leadership. You cannot hide. There is no room to hide in 2024. If you want to do politics, you must come and talk. Gone are those days that you will use taxpayers' money as if it is your money. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it and I will say it again. And I know so many people will listen to me. I say the union between La République du Cameroun and British Cameroon is illegal. There was no treaty. And if you don't have a treaty, a constitution cannot bind you. A referendum or a plebiscite cannot bind you. You cannot have a marriage that one person is imposing already a rule. It will never work. That's why we have this problem today. One person. What is wrong with you? You love your French institution. École Normale Supérieure. You love it. ENAM, you love it. France CFA, you love it. You love gendarmerie. People who brutalize and treat their citizen like a fly upon a pile of shit. You love it. You love Institut Pasteur. Why don't you think we too, we love our own English institutions, which are more liberal? Why don't you think so? Why must you force us in your French institution? That is the problem that British Cameroon want to solve. So ladies and gentlemen, once more, I just come to give you this party political broadcast because you are not an opposition political party if you don't scrutinize and hold the government to account every day. If you sit every day, after 7 years, you come, you want to stand for election, you are a scammer, you're 419. I don't care about election. I want to speak now. I want to see those changes. I want to see light, electricity. I want to see pipe-borne water all over the Cameroons. There is no law in the constitution of Cameroons that they say light or electricity or good road or seaport should be in one side and it will not be on another part of the country. There is no law in the Cameroon that international airport will be only Yaoundé, Douala or maybe Garoua and no other place. It is against the constitution of La République du Cameroun because the constitution of La République du Cameroun, in its preamble, it makes it clear that the resources of the country will be distributed to all the citizens of the countries. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, and I should say also, Mr. Bia, the Constitution gives you right to protect the people, to ensure that they have internal and external security. They have been killing people in northwest and southwest British Cameroon. Mr. Bia, you're not protecting them. You just keep quiet. You cannot be blaming criminals. In the United Kingdom, not long ago, there was riots. People were smashing places, blah, blah, blah. They say it's far right. What happened? The Prime Minister, the legal system, they stood there. Those people, they are in jail now. That is how we run the country. They cannot be killing people in northwest and southwest. You keep quiet. Only you have that constitutional power to stop it, but you are doing nothing. A do-nothing president. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Moulin Alex Lisinge. So when I criticize the system, some of you think that I'm criticizing you. Of course, it's because you have accepted the system and you have identified yourself with the system. Have a great day. All the best. Have a good weekend.
Pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tac, 30 ans. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pays. paix.